Good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope all of you are fit and fine. Today we are going to continue our figure of speech topic only. And we know that this figure of speech is a very interesting topic. If you take interest, if you understand the concept, if you try to apply all this figure of speech in your daily life, then this thing will become easy to understand. Because if you will accept this topic as a load, or if you will accept this topic as a board topic, then this thing will not help you, because this is the most important topic for your entire exam. And whether this will be helpful for your exam or not, but this will be helpful for your entire life, okay? Because this is the most interesting topic amongst your English chapter, okay? In our previous class, we have discussed two figures of speech, simile and metaphor, okay? And we have seen that in the simile, there is a comparison between two different objects. But one point is common between both different objects. This is the thing which we have seen in the simile, and we have seen the example also. Ram is like a lion, or life, or second example is that love is like a spice of life, or one we can say that thy soul was like a star, okay? Then we have discussed metaphor. In metaphor, we have seen that there are two different objects. In metaphor, we have seen two different objects, but the words of comparison, so like this type of words will not be used, and we can say that this is an implied simile. And we have seen the example also. One thing you have to notice that simile and metaphor, they are similar but not so similar. In what sense? In simile, you are directly comparing two things, two different objects. Because this word different will create a difference between the two objects. If I will say comparison between two objects, then you may get confused that sir has said to compare between two objects, means I can compare two things which are the same, but no. Comparison in the simile also and in metaphor, in both the things, comparison is made between two different objects. And when you are doing the comparison between the two different objects in simile, you will notice that there is one point of similarity. There is one point common between two objects. In the same way, in the metaphor also, when you are comparing between two different objects, one thing will be common. But what is the difference which is creating such type of difference between the simile and metaphor is that in simile, so like this type of words are used which shows the similarity, which shows the identical. But in metaphor, these two words, so like this type of words are called as words of comparison. These two type of words will not be present there. Thus, we can say that this metaphor is an implied simile. Okay, and we have seen the example. One example we have seen that the revenge is like a kind of wild justice. Revenge is kind of a wild justice. Revenge is a kind of wild justice. Revenge is a kind of wild justice. It means that revenge means you are taking your revenge. It's a kind of wild justice. Means if you are beating someone, you are taking revenge. If you are scolding someone, you are taking revenge. Then this is not a good thing. This is not the justice which you are doing. This is like a wild justice. This is a kind of wild justice. This is a kind of violent justice. And suppose this sentence is given in an example, question asked, revenge is a kind of wild justice. Tell which figure of speech is used here. Then first of all you will see revenge is then hide this word is wild justice. Revenge is wild justice. Then ask the question by yourself. Revenge is hide this word. Revenge is wild justice. The question comes, what kind of justice? Then answer the question by yourself. That revenge is like a wild justice. Means this implied word is hidden here. Then you can easily answer the question that this is a metaphor. Okay. Now, third figure of speech is personification. Third figure of speech is personification. Okay. Personification. From the word only we have got the knowledge that we are personifying. We are trying to make something like other thing. In personification, this is the only thing. We are trying to make something like other thing. And when we are trying to make something like other thing, when we are trying to personify, suppose I say that I am personifying this marker, means you are covering, means you are trying to make other thing, you are changing the thing into the other thing. Personify means to change a thing from from one thing to other thing. In this figure of speech, this what personification means. When we are making a living thing, when we are making a non-living thing as like a living thing, when we are treating anything, whenever we are handling anything like a living object, in spite of that knowing that that thing is a living object. You can understand this thing. Suppose you are saying that this board is like a queen. This white board is looking like a queen of England. This white board is like a queen of England. Or you can say this marker is like a eye of Mr. X. This cap is looking like eyeball of human being. This cap means what you are doing, you are personifying this cap. How you are thinking that this cap is black in color and it looks like the eyeball of human being. Means actually this is a non-living thing, but you are personifying, you are treating this thing like a human being, like a living thing. In this personification, a non-living thing is treated like a living thing, like a human being. Okay. Now let's note down personification. In personification, inanimate objects inanimate objects and abstract ideas inanimate objects and abstract ideas are thought in personification. Inanimate objects and abstract ideas are thought of inanimate objects and abstract ideas are thought of having life, thought of as this is what is missing, as having life, thought of as having life. That is in personification. personification is to endow intelligence and personality to inanimate things to give the impression as if they were living beings, Okay. Note down all these things because this thing is not we founded in other books. Okay, note down all these things. Personification in this inanimate objects and abstract ideas. Inanimate objects. Inanimate. This point you should note down. Inanimate objects and abstract ideas. Abstract ideas. You have heard about abstract noun. Abstract noun. In the same way, there is abstract ideas. Abstract ideas. And abstract ideas. Inanimate objects and abstract ideas are thought as of having what thing? As of having life. Because in this figure speech, this is the most crucial word. Life. This is the most crucial word of this figure of speech personification. Life. This is the most important word in this figure of speech. Life, you should keep in mind that inanimate objects and abstract ideas are thought as of having life. As of having life means it seems that they are containing the life in them. That is, personification is to endow intelligence, intelligence and personality. To inanimate things. To give the impression about how it is stated, to give the impression as if they were living beings. Means you are treating those things as a living being. Okay. All of you have noted down this thing because this thing will not be found in any other place. So note down this thing. Now I am going to rub this first two line. Okay. After this I am going to give you an example on this figure of speech. First example, death lays his icy hand. Death lays his icy hands. Death lays his icy hands on king. Okay. Death lays his icy hand Death lays his icy hand on king. Now in personification, what we have seen, that inanimate objects or abstract ideas, two words, inanimate objects and abstract ideas. Inanimate object, death is inanimate objects or abstract idea. Death, no one has seen. Abstract, no one has seen. Have you seen the soul? No one has seen. Have you seen the death? No one has seen. So, death, an abstract idea. Death lays his icy hand. It is looking like that death is a living creature that who is putting his icy hand, means his cold hand. It is looking like that we are talking about a person, we are talking about a human being who is going to keep his icy hand, his cold hand on king. It is looking like that. The sentence said that death lays his icy hand on king. Means it is looking like that. Death is a human being. Death is like a living creature, living being who is going to put his icy hand on whom? On king. Death is going to lay his icy hand on king. Means death is personified. Death has been personified, okay, as a living being. Death had been personified, death had been treated as a living creature. Second example, note down. Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. Love means your kindness, your affection. This all things is assumed by yourself. That is realized by yourself. No one has seen. This is an inanimate objects and abstract ideas. And this is treated as a blind. It looks like that love is a particular character who is blind, who can't see. But this is not the reality. Here, love is not like a blind person. He can see, but it is personified as a blind person. Okay.